Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's SANS webcast, Hunting Logic Attacks, a peek at SEC552, Bug Bounties and Responsible Disclosure. My name is Carol Auth of SANS. Today's featured speaker is Hassan Hadary, SANS Certified Instructor. If during the webcast you have any questions for our presenter, please enter them into the questions window at any time. Please note that this webcast is being recorded, and a copy of the slides and recording of this webcast will be available for viewing later today and can be found on the SANS registration page. And with that, I'd like to turn the webcast over to our presenter.
All right, welcome everyone. So welcome for these sessions, the Hunting the Logic Attacks. So maybe this is my favorite attack here, the logic attack. And this was my motivation for authoring the course, the Bug Bounty course. Actually, it started with a session in Berlin. I was giving the session Hunting Logic Attacks, and Stephen Simt was attending my session. And he asked me, Hassan, why don't you author the course, the Bug Bounty course, because you have nice stories there. And told me, yeah, this would be a good idea, and it happened from there. So basically, this was my motivation because of the beauties of the bugs that can be detected in the bug bounties. During this session, I will be reviewing the course, and I will focus mainly on some logic attacks that I have discovered during my journey, and I will refer to others that that we're going to talk about during the course. And I'm going to also do some demos for some real life apps that we're going to talk about during the course. Some overview about my background. I've been teaching with SANS for like around 8 years. Now I'm certified instructor currently, and I started first my career as a developer, and then I turned into the training and teaching while doing my consulting in the AppSec field. Regarding the course, it's mainly focused on the challenging bugs in modern apps. So when we're dealing with modern apps today and the complex logic that we can find there, and the art of discovering bugs is becoming challenging now. It's very challenging now to find bugs in modern apps that are developed with the latest frameworks, with the latest technology, with the latest programming languages, and like security controls embedded in the programming languages. Now it's hard to find bugs there. It needs talent. It needs art there. That's why this course is mainly inspired in order to deeply understand the app. We're gonna go through deep logic in each app. How does it work? What are the inputs that this app accepts? How does the app process this input? How does the app responds back the response? It gives back the response, and how its inputs are processed there. So mainly bug bounties can help here. Bug bounties are like mainly a community work where the organizations are hiring the community are making use of the community in order to help them discover bug and report bugs responsibly to them. This is the beauty of having tests that's conducted actually by the planet. If you're gonna say that the whole world is testing the app here. I've been participating in bug bounty programs for since 2012. It happened when I was working with my team. We were having a meeting, and one of my friends, he's working in Amsterdam now in Verizon, and he was telling me, hey Hassan, why don't you do some bug hunting? So what's the bug bounty thing? Yeah, you can hunt bug, you can discover bugs in Google and Facebook and so on. You can report their bugs there, and yeah, you can be rich and you can be in the Hall of Fame, and you have some talent. So I don't have this talent. He told me, no, you're good from that. And it happened. It started from there. I got the initiative to I said, no, I'm going to participate, and it worked. And I discovered some cool bugs there. I got some T-shirts, I got some money, got some Hall of Fame. It's all. I wasn't so rich, right? I didn't get so rich from there, but it was amazing to get my name in big vendors there. It's like it feels good, right? It feels good there. But I wasn't rich. I didn't get so much money like other researchers there, right? During the course, we will be talking about how to manage the program. This will be in the beginning of the course. A quick introduction, a quick briefing, quick tips for organizations that are working on managing a bug bounty program. It's really important to have a properly managed program so that the organization can get the best from the bug bounty, right? How to organize the bugs, how to process the bugs that are coming from the researchers, how to identify the scope, the platforms that could be used to publish the program. This all can be identified here. We will refer to two guidelines, the ultimate guide to manage bug bounty and the bug bounty field manual. This will be inspired from Bugcrowd and HackerOne there. And they have their stories from big vendors, and they share with like Uber and Twitter, and so they have experience in this area, and they can they have a good guideline there. And we're also going to add our experience in this area so that an organization can have a better overview on a bug bounty program there. And then we're going to talk about some hunters challenges. So this is so hard today to work and find a unique bug, finding a unique bug that no one else discovered, right? It's a unique bug that no one else discovered, and it has to be tricky, it has to be catchy, it has to be critical so that we get paid or we get acknowledged, right? So we're going to give some tips here, where to focus, what are some tips for understanding the logic, how to figure out the catchy places, right? How to build the attacks, how to report the bug, and so on, right? So tools that can be used, and so this will be a section here for the hunters challenge there. And then we're gonna talk about reporting the bug. Reporting is an art. How to report the bug. And some bugs they are so cool, so good. However, when they are poorly developed, when they are developed with a poor report, it doesn't get the best benefits. The organization doesn't like acknowledge it sometimes, and they don't pay well just because the report is poorly written there. So we're gonna give some tips here for how to write the report, the proof of concept, how to write the proof of concept, how to put the attacks, how to present the payload, the attack payloads in cross-site scripting or logics or SQL, and so how to present the screenshots, how to organize the evidence, and how would the receiver of the report reproduce the bug, right? So this will all help the receiver here. And this will be the main juice of the course. We will going to talk about different attacks. We're going to tackle the concept of the attack, how to test it, how to practice on it. We're going to practice with real life labs, and how to learn what to learn from related case studies. We're going to put some case studies related to bug bounties. We did lots of research to pick the beautiful stories, right? In Uber, in Twitter, in Facebook, in Google, everybody's there, right? Everybody's there, but all the bugs are responsibly disclosed, and they have published. They are published properly in the developers' page, blog, or in in website like Medium or HackerOne or so, right? And also added the juice of my professional stories. So I picked my professional story, the best parts of the hits during my career. I've been consulting for 11 years, and I have some beautiful stories there, and I put them there so that we can learn from them, how we can learn. This is actually a nice thing to do to have the shared stories. Normally, when I work with my team, I lead a beautiful team of consultants here in Egypt. I'm mainly based in Michigan, but I'm between Egypt and Michigan now. And the team I work with in Egypt, they're amazing talents, and we learn from each other. And normally every week we have, or every month we have like a session. Okay, let's see, what did you do here? What did you do here? Okay, cool. Let's talk about them. And we learn every month. We learn. I never like got saturated from this field. It's amazing. I never got bored or saturated from it. It's amazing. Every time you can see something new. Ah, he did that in this app. Oh, that's cool. Oh, he did this attack technique. That's brilliant, right? So we wanted always to have beautiful stories there, and I made sure to have a diversity of stories. Oh, this guy did that in Uber, beautiful. This guy did that in Google, oh, beautiful. Let's see what he did. How did he do that? I'm gonna go deep on each case here. And then after that, we're going to talk about the defense. We're gonna cover the full story here. Defense, how to defend from this bug. We're not going to focus, but however, we're going to put some poor defenses and how to bypass them and how to put the proper defenses. All this will be covered during the course. So this is a sample here for the course roadmap. We have 2 days. This is the first day. App analysis. We're going to map the app, how to understand it, how to go deeply into the HTTP requests, the parameters, the inputs, the headers, how to understand how it works. And we're gonna talk about logic attacks. Logic attack will be covered in that day. There's also authorization. There's also authentication. We're gonna have some authentication and session attacks at that day. And we're gonna enrich and SQL. We're gonna end the day with SQL, some Boolean, more advanced here. And we're not just going to put a command and like pass it to a tool like SQL map or so. We're gonna go deeply there. We're gonna go deeply into the conditions, how to modify this query in the app, what to put there, where to inject, right? And we're gonna do that. And also we're gonna enrich it with some case studies there from talents. Yeah, amazing. When I write this, oh, this is amazing story. I need to put this here in the course. I need to put this here in the course, right? And there's like dozens, hundreds of stories there that are available public there, but I couldn't put everything here in the course, so I made sure to like add extra references so you guys can have extra references from there. This is the second day. We're going to continue the journey. Start a day with SSRF, server-side request forgery, which is very common in bug bounty and how they catch it. CSRFs. In CSRF, we're going to cover it in an advanced here. We're going to see how to change, what are the common defenses here, how to bypass it, what are the common defenses here, and what are the common tricks to bypass those defenses. XSS, where to find XSS, how to test it, and so tricks, bypasses, defenses, web application firewalls, abusing the JavaScript frameworks, and so. Right, this will all be covered. Blind detections, right? I have a beautiful story here about one of the researchers discovered a beautiful bug in Tesla. We're going to talk about it. APIs, because APIs and chaining attacks. This is what's happening today. Like everything is working with APIs. Chained attacks, gonna mix the XSS with logic, mix logic with mix open redirect with SSRF, right? Have lots of chains here. Lots of stories are available in this topic over there. And the labs will be, let me show you a hint here on the lab. This will be, let me show the screen. Tools, it's only Burp, the king. We're gonna work with the king here, and it's gonna be on. Let me unzoom this. So we're gonna have a pro version. We're gonna have a pro version here during the course. It's a trial version for 4 months. We're gonna have it there. The key will be available in your Sense portal, and we're gonna go deeply into the app. So this is the app that we're going to work with. They have different versions from the app, and we're going to tackle different bugs on the app. So it will be like an assessment. Hey, we have an assessment on this app. Let's tackle it. Let's see what we can find in it. We're going to go deeply into this app and have some challenging tricks here. So the bugs that are discovered in, this is the bug tracker. The bugs that are discovered in this app was actually reported by different researchers all over the world. And sometimes researching companies, right? And we're going to have challenges here. I combined many bugs in this app that are actually real life bugs in it, and I combined it in one version so that we can all discover it manually. I'm not going to tell you that take this exploit and use an exploit that no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go deeply with the app, go with the history, proxy, go deeply with the params, understand how it works, right? Every page, every URI, every param, understand how it works and how we can attack it, and so on. It's all challenging. So here I'm going to put the challenges there, and then after that the bonus, and give you guys the steps. So it's all optional here to look at the steps, or you can work with the challenges. So lots of labs available for 2 days here. So this is an overview here for the course. Let me give you a snapshot here on one of the modules, how I'm going to work with one of the modules there, like the business rules, where every app has his own business rules. This is like a banking app. Well, every person should view only his bank statements. Every person should have a maximum of $1,000 transfer if he's going to transfer to another person without like a token, like a one-time password or so, or he can like transfer like $10,000 if he has a token, right? These are business rules. These are some business rules here. Normally, when I do consulting, consulting assessments here, assignments, I normally have this meeting with the client at the beginning of the assessment. I ask, what are the business rules? How I can bypass the business rules, right? How can I break the rules, right? This is my target. I try to understand what are the rules, how I can bypass it there. And this applies to all the attacks, because, well, when I try to find this bug, I want to find a bug that's going to abuse one of the security concerns of the app. So the app is, we should be concerned about the integrity of transactions. We should be concerned about the confidentiality of customer info and so on. I'm going to find bugs that violates the security concerns of different assets, and also violate the business rules, break the rules here. So this is the normal scenario. A normal user should obey those rules over there. So what if we have an attacker? This is the normal user who's going to use the banking system. He's going to navigate to the app. The app is then going to load the account numbers that are authorized by the user, and the app is going to display those accounts to the user here. Let me see here if I can put the snapshot. Here you go. So the user logs in and navigates to the statements, and the user is going to load account numbers that are owned by the user. This is what's going to happen here. So the user should see only the authorized accounts. This is how it works. And then after that, a post request will be sent to the URI to view the statement with the session ID. This is the session ID of the user with the account ID 80002. And then the app is going to load the details of the selected accounts. Everybody's happy here. And when this happens, here the attacker is going to use a burp proxy in order to change the account number to a different account. It's going to change step 3. So it's going to log in, and the app is going to load the account information that is authorized for the user, but the attacker is going to use the burp proxy here in order to intercept the request and change the account ID. Sometimes when we look at the bugs like that, what did he do? He just changed the number, right? That's so easy. Anyone can do that. Yeah, anyone can do that. However, the art here is to change the value of this param into this value. to understand the business meaning of this param here. It shouldn't be that simple there. It could be more complex there. And sometimes we need to change multiple parameters in order for this attack to work here. So basically, when this step is sent here, the attacker is sending a post request to the view statement here with the session ID of the attacker, and then he's using the burp proxy to intercept the HTTP requests and fill the account ID there. So let me demo a sample for this attack here. Oops, let me put here the burp. I'm gonna fix this blue screen over there. There you go. All right. So this is what I'm doing here. This is the Etsy. Let me pick the other one. Yeah, I have lots of burps for you guys. So let me pick, yeah, that one. I'm gonna pick that one here. So this is the demo test fire here. Did anyone attend with me the 542 from the attendees? Yeah, you can chat here for if you want to connect with me, right? Like as Carol mentioned in the questions part. So if you want to interact with me, you can just fill it here in the question part. So basically, this is my favorite app that I like to work with. This is the demo test fire app here. Let me put it there on the screen. So it simulates a real life banking app, and it's one of my favorite testing sites that I like to work with here. So if I log in here as a normal user, and I should find the HTTP requests they are filled in my burp over there. So I configured the browser to act like a proxy to go through burp. Burp will be our main tool during the course. There's no other tool, just burp. And burp, he's the king, and he can kill any app there. So we'll be working with Burpee here, and we're gonna go deeply into apps and how to analyze the HTTP requests over there. So what I'm doing here is that I just logged in and I want to see what happens when I view the statements. So let me do so. What if I chose one of these statements here and clicked on go? Let's see what's going to happen. In order to know what's going to happen in burp, I can look at the proxy history. Look at that one. So I'm going to go to proxy history here to see what happens. And this is the HTTP requests that is sent over there. So basically, when I'm trying to analyze, and we're gonna have this screen a lot. So this is we'll have this one during the labs a lot. We do an action in the browser, and then after that, we see what happened in the burp in HTTP history here. So this is basically an HTTP request get method bank show account. We have the list account here as a param, and this is the session ID of the user. So basically here, Jay Smith is asking the server to display the content of the account 800003. This is the business meaning of the request here. And whenever we have an HTTP request, I want to understand the business meaning. How does it work? What is the meaning of every param? What's this parameter is doing? What's this parameter is doing here? What's the cookie? What's this guy is doing? What is this guy doing? This is also another one, right? So I want to go, and sometimes headers are important there. Is the app checking on the referrer header? This is where I came from. Is it happening, right? So I want to check. In order to know that, I need to change and compare, right? I need to change and compare. This is the main technique that we're going to use here during the course. So if I try to do so and try to manipulate the param, this is the normal request over there. What if I try to yeah, this is the one that came here. So this is the response that came here. what if I change this guy to an account that I don't own? So if I look here at the response, I'm gonna see the response. It's not showing here. So if I do it with the proxy, this is another way to change the params. If I do that, something like that, and go here and change this guy to 4, and proceed. Look at what's happening. And if I try to change this value again to see what's happening, to make it go to account that I don't own, let's make 8009, and I can see something different here, some crash here or something, or maybe I put some account that's not there, it's not available, so I need to put some number that is available there, right? So I need to put something that is there. So what if I try to write it again and try to see other account, to know another account here, another user account, to see the different account numbers of another user, so that I can fill a valid one. So if you fill here with SJoe and the same passwords, let's try speed. So there's 8006, 8007. So let me try again and use the JSmith user in order to attack the S speed. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to log in here, and I'm going to change the param into another one here. So let me do that. And I'm going to change that guy to 8007 and see what happens. And another value here. They are both broke, but at least we discovered another one there. So let me show you here how this bug is available in the community. I'm going to show you some case studies here from. I picked my stories here, but during the course I added extra ones from the community, right? So this one here, sometimes developers try to hide the ID from the GUI instead of proper server-side validations. So who did that? AT&T. So this was a journey with AT&T app, and this was the AT&T 360 technical support app. And I normally pick the apps that are not commonly used, right? Nobody's using them, right? So I picked some of the apps there that are not very common, so that I can have the opportunity of being the first there. And this portal mainly allows you to manage devices, add, send some technical information to AT&T, get some reports, and so on. So it's like a portal for the technical like support for AT&T. And what I did is that I'm trying to edit like a computer or device here to see what happens. So this is editing the information of device information of a user. And when I did so, I saw that it's a pop-up here. So you see here in the top, it's devices, and here it's a pop-up. And if you look here at the client-side code, this is very common here to have some JavaScript code calling some URIs here. This is just a simple pop-up here with JavaScript. And you can see here the product ID param passed there. So if I looked here at the intercept with burp here, if I look here at the intercept request and I look at the computer pop-up here and see the product ID, what would you do with something like that? It is so juicy here to change, right? So beautiful to change here and I couldn't resist to do that. But before I do so, I had to make sure that I have the testing accounts, like I did here in the demo. I had the SSpeed and I have the SJoe and I have the JSmith, right? I have 2 testing accounts, and this is required in the bug bounty programs when we have 2 testing accounts here. And when I changed that guy, it worked. I was able to modify other users' products info. I was able to create child users on other users. I was able to edit billing and credit card info of other users. I was able to do everything there. It was huge, right? I was on the top of the top 10 of AT&T. How much you get paid for this? Any idea? Yeah, so I got paid for like $500. That's all. Yeah, this is what all happened there. And I had to send some shipping papers. I shipped some papers for them to sign and sign some papers and ship them to them. And it was costly. And my wife told me, "What? Did you pay all this? Why did you do that?" Yeah, this is the life here. Sometimes developers create a complex ID, right? They create a complex ID here so that no one can predict the ID that we want to change there. Who did that? Google Orchid. So this was during my early starting of bug bounties, and I wanted myself to put my name on Google. I remember these days when I said the next target is Google, the next target is Facebook. I was saying like that. I just wanted my name to be in there. I was cheating, right? I was just picking the easy apps to hack, right? And this was an easy one. It's the Orchid. It's not like easy, but it wasn't getting much attention from Google because they were going to like deprecate it, so it's not working anymore. However, at this time it was working. It was in the scope of the bug bounties, so I targeted the app and I went into it's a social networking app, and I went into the messaging features there, and I found the feature for deleting a message. So here we can delete a message there. So I navigated to this feature in order to delete a message there, and I found a message parameter. This is the MSG parameter. If you notice here, there's another one in the URI. So let me put this spot here. So you see here, there's another one here, and there's another one there. But the app was taking this value here. This is the one that's the app was taking. This is the HTTP request that the app was taking from the user, and he was taking the parameter, and he was deleting the message from there. So he was identifying the message from this parameter. How do I know that? Well, this is the trick. This is the trick of the art of discovering those logic attacks here. You need to change every parameter at one time, like change one parameter once at a time, right? And compare the behavior. So in order to know that, it has to be done. We have to map the app properly in order to understand the purpose of every parameter here. So now I know the message ID. Okay, what do I do now? What's the next step? Let me log in with another user, like a testing user that I control, and let me get one of his message IDs and let me put it there and see what happened. And this is what I did there, and it worked here. I was able to insert a message ID of another person, and it worked. We have a vulnerability, but not so fast. If I compare the 2 message IDs here, they are hard to predict. When we talk about chaining attacks during the bug bounty course, we're going to talk about cases like this. We need another bug. We need another bug to help us figure out the value of the message ID, right? We need another bug to help us there. So this is the art of chaining attacks. I'm going to give some stories on Uber, on Facebook, and different ones over there, right? Here, this is my story on Google here. So what did I do? What did I do in order to know, to guess, or to disclose the message ID of another person? Because this was a defense made by the developer. I'm an attacker. Well, I'm not going to know the message ID of another person because it's hard. And this is what I did. I noticed that the message ID was passed in the URIs, right? So what did I do? I asked the king. I asked the king here, I want to know those IDs. I want to know what are the message IDs over there. And I asked for Google, hey, could you get me those ones? and here you go. Those are the message IDs over there. So it was disclosed here, and I found this there. First, when I reported the bug to Google, I just reported the first part that I can delete message of other person. And when I researched more into the bug, I found this there, and then I added like a complimentary report telling them, hey, well, I found it there. And then you can get the best mail ever from Google. Nice catch. When you get this mail from Google, it's the best thing that happens in the world. I got my name there. It's in the rewarded Hall of Fame. This is, so there are different categories there. This is the honorable mention, this is the rewarded, and this is the top 10 list. Those are the kings of the planets here in this column there, right? And I got rewarded, and I was happy with that. So it was good. It was $1,300, and because they considered it as a critical bug in a non-important app, right? So they have a table here for the payment, and this is one of the tips that we're going to give here when managing a bug bounty program, to have a proper payment chart, so that to set the expectations of the developer here, of the researcher who is reporting the bugs there. All right, so another story here. Well, when I saw that Google can help me get in the Hall of Fame, I used the Google search there to see what can I do there, what can I get from Google search, and I did some research. It was huge, and actually I found lots of stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Flickr, Google itself, PayPal, everybody was there. Cisco, Meraki, Western Union, lots of vendors there. I'm just going to give you here some sample stories. So this was a hit that I got from some links in Facebook. So in Facebook, I was searching for the links that are sent to my private email address. So if you register to Facebook, or you change your email address, a link will be sent to our email address. What did I do? I attacked those links. I tried to ask Google, hey Google, did you find any of those links there? This is what I did here. Again, in the bug bounty class, I have also one of the stories. It was a SQL. It was a SQL discovered by an amazing researcher, and he discovered a SQL injection in one of those links, because they are beautiful, the ones that are sent to the email. What I did here is just a search query to get the hits. This is a sample for a search query in Google. So site restrict the hits to facebook.com in URL when you want to restrict the URIs to be on a certain page or so. And double quotes here, this is the exact match in the content of the response. And when I did that, I got some hits there disclosing the email addresses. It was so beautiful. I tried to click on one of the links, and this was actually when a user creates the account. When I tried there, and to reset the password, this is wonderful. If I did that, I'll be like, this would be at least $20,000 hits, right? But it didn't happen. I couldn't reset the password of another person, so it wasn't that critical there. It was just an information disclosure, which is private information. Like, I shouldn't be able to see all those private emails. And this one here is another hit here, same on Facebook. When you change the email address here, so this is sitefacebook.com, confirm your email address, and so. And I got my name on Facebook. Woo! It's all cheating, right? So, yeah, you're sitting on the couch and you just a Google search and you got your name on Facebook. You don't deserve this. Yeah, I know I don't deserve it. It happened. It was Christmas time. It was a happy time. And I got paid $500 for that. Not bad for a Google search. This was on Twitter, right? So I was able to find another secret link, another beautiful secret link there. See here, these are like secret tokens there. And this was on links where a user can detach his email address from his Twitter account. So I was able to find those links, and I was able to find them with Google there. And again, I did the same thing. It was private links sent to my email, and I searched them. I did the same technique on many sites, and it just works with me. And oh well, it's working. And this is a sample one there. And when I click on the link, I didn't sign up for this account, and it works. I was able to deattach an email address from a Twitter account, right? I was able to do that, and this was cool. Now Twitter bug bounty program is on HackerOne. However, I had at this time it was on Twitter itself, and I had my name over there. This is one of my friends. Higazi is one of my friends. He was working in the Deloitte in Amsterdam now in their pen test team. Very strong team there. And like the beautiful thing in this work, in this career, in this area is that you work with beautiful talents here. I got my name over over Twitter, Twitter. So Google, Facebook, Twitter over there. It's all cheating. You don't deserve this, Hassan. Yeah, I know that. I know this. And this was funny one. This was on Flickr. This was so again, I wanted my name to be on Yahoo. So Flickr is owned by Yahoo. So I wanted my name to be there. So I picked Flickr, and it has an option there where Flickr allows you to upload photos on the cloud and so. So I was searching for places where I can upload a photo, and it happened by just sending an attachment to an email. This is by design. This is a feature in Flickr here where we can send an attachment to a private email. So every user has a private email on Flickr, and he can send an attachment to Flickr, and the photo is going to be uploaded there. What did I do? I tried to discover this private email there, and I got a lot. It was huge there, and by just a simple query there. And it was discovered because this secret mail was in the tags of the photos. So it was crazy. It was crazy there, and I got my name there on the Hall of Fame there. Well, before I proceed here with bug, let me do some demos and then return back. So these are, let me show you, for example, Etsy. Let's go with Etsy here. So when I try to map the app to catch those kind of bugs there, try to understand the app, map the tree. This is a modern structure here for a modern app, right? So this is a tree for a modern app here. You can see an API URI there, right? So this is the Ajax. The API is called by the Ajax codes, JavaScript code. This is a section for the carts, shopping, and so, right? There's a shipping, right? These are all requests that are sent there. Get requests, post requests, params are passed, right? Listing for viewing the param or getting the details of a param. Different categories, different tree structure here. And when we talk about the during the course, we have a section here how to map, how to understand the logic of every parameter here, how to know that. And I have a lab for this in order to, what's the purpose of this param? What's the purpose of this guy? What's the purpose of that guy? What's this here? What's happening here? So if you look at the sample one that we have here, so how many parameters do we have in this URI? How many parameters in this URI here? I can look at the chat here. I want the session to be more interactive. So how many parameters do you have here? Any idea? So you guys can type in the questions part. Okay, let me unlock the, there you go. 2, 3. Okay, 2, 2. Okay, so the correct one is actually 3. I have here one answer for 3, and it's actually 3. So who's there? Yusuf. So Yusuf, you got it right. So how many? 1, 2, 3. This guy here is a param. This guy is a param. It's not actually a directory. There's no directory on the server that is named 279946598. It's actually a param. It's the ID. It's the ID of listing. So how do I know? How do I catch this ID here? Well, if I look at the listings here, if I look at the listing there, I will see that this is a param. This listing ID here, it's passed. This is the listing ID that's passed there. So when I go to the listing and then I pay for this listing and I check out, I fill the cart with this listing. Okay, so it's with me now. So this parameter is with me over there. So this is the param. So let's go back to the where did we go? Let's go there. So this is a get request here. This is a get request, and its purpose is to load the payment there. And when we go there, this is a post request. Another one. Let's go to another one. This is a post request here. A post to cart, to ID, to payment. And when you have a post, most probably you'll have something in the body. So let's look at the body of the HTTP request here, and we can see something else. We can see here, this is a nonce here. We're going to talk about that guy when we go to the CSRF, the nonce, the tokens, how they are implemented, how they can be bypassed. And I have a lab for you guys to do so and how to bypass it and so on. Redeem action. This guy is one. Well, what happens if we change it? And so, right? So I'm just giving here like a mapping idea, attack ideas. So whenever you discover any bug in those vendors, and this will, I will also give this announcement during the course. If you guys discovered any bug in any of the images and presented here, please report it through the program, through their the reporting link, through HackerOne or Backcrowd or whatever, or if they have their own program, they can report it there to them, right? You can get paid for this. So don't tell it to me, because if you tell it to me, I'm gonna steal the bug. So claim code here, this one is for, so what's actually this guy is doing here? So what's happening here? So what's the payment type here? What's happening? What's the 1, 2, 3, 4 thing? So I'm looking at the questions here. So what's happening? How is the user is paying? It's post cart, so the user is paying for this cart, and this is the session here that identifies the user, and how is he paying? Code, right? So code he's paying with like redeem or gift card or a coupon, right? This is the way of payment here, right? So he's paying with a payment code here, right? Redeem code, gift card, gift code, and so on. So this is the method of payment here. So when I go deeply with the request, when I understand how the request works, when I go deeply with the business meaning of the request, it will give me ideas. It will give me attack ideas on how to attack the app, either SQLs, logics, XSS, CSRFs. When I have this business meaning translation, I will be able to build my attacks over there. Okay, let's take a story and then let's go with another demo. And this, by the way, will be the way of the course. It will be all stories, demos, lab. Stories, demos, lab. It will be like that. So let's go with the story. eBay Marketplace. This is a Dutch website here, and it's one of my favorite ones. It was a marketplace. It's owned by eBay, and I was targeting this website because they were announcing that they are going to give 3,000 euros for a good bug. 3,000 euros can, at this time, can make me a king in Egypt, right? So it's a huge number there. So I wanted to go there to see what's going to happen there. And when I went to this website, actually, I was telling this story in, I was teaching in Amsterdam, and I was telling this story. And there was like Dutch police in the room. I was teaching police guys. I was like, hey guys, before I proceed, everything is legal. It's reported responsibly, and it was fixed, and they and everything was there. So this is what happened there. You can buy, sell stuff like eBay, and you can also place jobs. We can place jobs over there. So I placed a job, like for example, I want someone to spray my car, and I want someone to, and people are going to bid on the bug to see what's going to happen there. So I tried to remove the job to see what's going to happen there. And then I found a beautiful parameter. See this job ID? It looks so beautiful there. Yeah, it's so tasty to change. But if I do so, it's not gonna work. The app is going to tell me, hey, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do so. So I'm gonna wait for the delete confirmation page here, and it's happened. And when I clicked on delete, I found another beautiful post request that is sent to the same URI, exactly the same URI. However, it's a post request, and you can see here in the body, again, the job ID. The logic of the app now is going to change. The logic of the app that's going to handle this HTTP request is going to change here. So if I change that guy to the value that I need, the value of the victim, it is going to work. This is the response that I got here. It's a 302 redirection, and I'm getting redirected to a success page telling me that the job was removed. Right? Again, we're gonna have some sample cases like that during the labs, during stories, how to wait, where to attack, where to wait for the steps and attack in the right step. This is all here logic, depending on the logic of the app. The vendor thanked me so much for disclosing the bug. I wasn't rewarded because it was just reported by another researcher over there. They sent me a hat. It didn't arrive, unfortunately, so it wasn't like a nice experience there. Sometimes developers enforce authorization rules by preventing users from logging in, and this happened here with Tesla, right? So again, this happened. I got this story here while I was working with I was working with a client, and I was waiting for my testing accounts, right? This happens a lot. Happened a lot during my consulting assignments. Well, you said the client tells you, oh, we're ready, let's go there, let's start, and we'll go there, and then we just watch movies, right? We're waiting for the testing accounts. So during that time, instead of watching movies or going through Facebook and Twitter, I just try to attack here. This was through Bug Crowd. This program there. It was organized by Bug Crowd, and I tried to see what I can get from this domain here. This was service.teslamotors.com, and I was trying to see what can I get from there, from this website there. This is documentation website where you can view documentation for cars. And well, documentation should be public, but there are some certain documentation that it's not really public, right? It's not there. We have to pay for those documentations there. And this was the case here with Tesla there. So if I pay to access documentation, it's actually active for 2 hours. So if I pay for like an access, it's going to be valid for only 2 hours there. But what happened is that if I try to log in again, so if I try to log in, it's going to tell me, hey, you're not allowed to log in because your subscription needs to be renewed, right? So it's not going to happen there. So the app actually prevents me from logging in, right? He knows me, but he's telling me, hey, I'm not going to allow you to log in. I know you're already a registered user, but I'm not going to allow you to log in because your service is not renewed. So what did I do? I just want to log in. I want to access documentation. I don't want to pay more for the Tesla car that I don't have. Yeah, I went to Michigan and I saw lots of Tesla cars every day. It's the motor city, but I just don't have one yet. So what did I do? I said request a new password. So I went to the request new password URI, and when I did so, I got this beautiful link to the email again. So again, the secret link that is sent to the email, my beautiful attack area there. When I clicked on that guy there on this link, this is the HTTP request. This is the link over there in the get here. And this is what's going to happen. It's telling me this is a one-time login for Hassan, and it's going to expire on that day. Do you want to get in? Yeah, I want to get in. So once log in, and this is the HTTP request that was going to be sent. It's a post request to the user reset, and it's passing here a number. This is the ID, and this is a token here for this is the secret token that was sent to me to my email. And when I did that, it worked. I was able to log in. I was able to access the models of the cars that I don't have, which was beautiful attack. And when I did so, it was there, but unfortunately, it was a duplicate bug. Unfortunately, we have only 5 minutes, so I'm going to give it to questions there. This is my contact information, and thank you for your time. This is the you can Google my name if you want to go to my LinkedIn. Feel free to connect with me. I have also a blog. I have some write-ups there. I have my Twitter, and also feel free to ask me if you have any questions regarding the course or so. Please feel free to email me. So this would be a nice thing. So I'm looking at the questions window now. If you guys have any question here, okay, I see here a question. There is a lots of overlap between the 552 and 542 and 642. So the way 552 is tackled is different. It's more into real life cases. It's more into real life cases here. So I'm going to say, well, this is attack technique. This is where the researcher found this attack in this app, and this is what we can learn from this bug, and this is the defense technique. And let's practice on it. First, let's practice on the bug by a real life lab on a real life application, and then let's see how we can fix it. So the ultimate difference here in 552 between 542 and 642 is the real life. Everything is real life. There is no like slides on the screen unless it's happening in a real life app, right? So this would happen on Uber. This is how we can practice on it on a sample app like Backtracker, right? So this is a question for Michael Davis. Let's see another question here. I have a question from Raymond B. Are most bug bounty programs for web app pen tests? Yeah. So different from 542. Yeah, this was the same question for how is different from 542 and 642. But the first question is most bug bounty programs for web apps. Most of them are for web apps, but there are other programs like Google and Facebook. Some programs actually for technologies. They say if you found a bug in a technology, like Facebook and Google, they can reward you for it. They have like a common program for it. And also some are for IoTs, right? So it's there. Some of them are for the desktop apps like browsers. And so if you found like this one can make you so rich if you go there. So, but mostly what we're going to focus on during the course is on the web apps there. I see a question here. Let me see. Okay, any more? Do we get replay copies of the course webinars? Yeah, yeah, we're gonna have that. Carol's gonna share this, right? Yeah, so I see like the questions were mainly ready. Okay, thank you. All right, so any more questions? Will you also be showing examples on how to use softwares with Kali? So I'm not gonna go through tools. Like the course is not about tools there. The course will be mainly about techniques. So let me show you the screen again for what to expect from the course. This is the tool that we're gonna work with. It's only burp. So if you go there, it's only burp over there. This is the only tool that's available there. And with only burp, we're gonna do everything over there. Even with SQL, we're gonna exploit Boolean with burp intruder. We're gonna master the burp proxy, repeater, intruder, and how to go deeply into the bug. Like I said, during my work, we always gather and we give sessions for the stories. So, and this course is mainly based on this idea, how to give the stories, different stories there. Like a story for someone that reported a bug to HackerOne itself, like the bug that's available there. And they rewarded the researcher $3,000, and then they gave him another $10,000 because they discovered the root cause of another bug. right? And this is happening like a year or so. So these are stuff that's happening today. And when we have different ideas of different tricks, it will help us. It will help us today to fix the modern apps. The idea is to how to like make use of the ideas, make use of the tricks that are discovered by worldwide researchers, and how to map it into our app. So this course should be intended for defenders, for researchers, for organizations who want to implement bug bounties, and it's going to help them to tackle this challenge here. So there's a question here. The course requirements say VMware player workstation. Can we use ESXi and server instead? No, it has to be a player because it's a machine here. It's a ready-made machine that can work with a player like VMware or Fusion or so. So it's a workstation, right? It has to be a client version. So this is a question here from Omar, was working with me, by the way. He was a colleague there. So what's the question, Omar? Hassan, are we going to focus on certain technologies, framework, languages, and web application during the course, or is just related to the scenarios you would pick up? Well, we during the stories mainly we are like independent. We're gonna talk generally like the ones I presented here and the demos. Some work with .NET, some with PHP, some with Java, and so on, right? So the stories are everywhere, are not dependent on frameworks. But during the labs, the labs is working with PHP. It's a PHP app with MySQL. So, and mainly I'm not focusing on, like I said, on mainly on a like special tool or like I'm not focusing on like a framework or so. I'm focusing on the technique and the trick, right? This is my focus here on the course. Any questions? All right. Let's see more. Okay, any more questions? All right, so I would like to, okay, we have one. Thank you so much, a pleasure. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this session. And like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to connect with me, and hope to my first delivery for the course will be on 20th of September, and I will see how it works. I will get feedback, and I will also make the best from the course there to see how it can work well there. There's a question here. Can I get my first bounty after? Yeah, of course. And you can give me a share. I take 20% after this course. Yeah, I forgot to tell you that. I take 20% cuts from every payment you get after this course. So this is just to let you know. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much. And all right. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the session. And yeah, if you're gonna and it will be a pleasure to see you in the course, of course. All right, so thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Hassan, for your great presentation, which helps bring this content to the SANS community. To our audience, we greatly appreciate you listening in. For a schedule of all upcoming and archived SANS webcasts, including this one, please visit sans.org/webcasts. Until next time, take care, and we hope to have you back again for the next SANS webcast.